Alabama Dabbler here. Today I'm making Savoy Cabbage Puree sort of like a mashed potato type deal. It's a German recipe. It's called Wirsing, and what you're going to need is some Savoy cabbage, which is hard to get in the area I'm at, but I go to an Asian store that has this. Get 2 large ones or 3 this size to make this recipe. You're also going to need some, and here's the other ingredients you'll need. Now I'll put this down at the bottom of the subscription, and you'll need 3 liters of water that you're going to bring to a boil, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, some flour, and some chicken broth or bullions. It's pretty simple. And then salt and pepper to taste. This is a pretty simple recipe, and this recipe here came from a German friend of ours when we lived in Germany. She cooks for the Sportheim, which is a sports club, and she knows all the old school recipes. A lot of people don't know what this is, but it's delicious, and you're gonna love it. If you ever had it, you know what I'm talking about. Usually it's made with some cooked potatoes with it as a meal and some kind of pork. Today's Christmas Eve, so I'm making this specially for my mom, who's German, and she doesn't cook anymore. She has Alzheimer's, so I'm hoping to trigger something with her on that. We're gonna make some braten, Schweinebraten. That's like a pork roast. Maybe some corn on the cob, I don't know yet. And for the father, we're going to make some boiled shrimp for him because that's his favorite. I don't know yet if we're going to use potatoes or rice or potato dumplings, but that doesn't matter. That's not part of this video. I'm just going to show you how to make this. Okay? So let's get back with it. Alright, first thing we're going to do is take your 3 heads. If they're small or too large, I already cut up 1 1/2. And just peel it apart. Try to keep them whole. Try to keep them whole leaves, you know. And we're gonna be putting this in a 3-liter baking soda water and rendering it down so it'll be soft. You don't want to keep the hard pieces of the head. And oh yeah, you need them. Some type of mixer to finally grind this down to a fine paste. Let's call it a paste, yeah. These are really small, and preferably, which I can't find, try to find the ones that's got the real dark leaves on them. This Asian store, they take those off and throw them away. I wish I could get them before they do that, because the greener the leaf is, the outer leaves and everything, and the darker green they are, the better it is. But it is what it is, so this is all I can get a hold of. So I'm just going to shred this up a little bit and get all the good stuff off, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, I'm going to throw this up, get my water ready, and then we'll get to the next step. Okay, and part of the ingredients is also either a half a large onion or a small one like this. We're going to saute this in the pot before we add the water and the flour. So let's get with this. Now don't give me a hard time in the comments about my chopping ability, because like I said, I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none of them. So be patient with me the way I chop this up. Some people might say, why don't you get you one of them damn choppers and shit and be done with it? Well, that's just more I gotta clean. And for one little onion like this, I'm just gonna go crazy on it and do what I can. And I'm not looking to get this a professional chef-wise outcome. But trust me, once you've done this and you tried this recipe, you're gonna love it. Alright, we're done with the knife. Let's throw this away. I need the machine again, Mom. Okay guys, now we're almost at the point. We got 3 liters of water coming to a boil, and we're going to add 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Now if I said baking powder earlier, I'm sorry about that. It's baking soda. It'll be in the recipe at the bottom. I think I said baking powder. It's baking soda, okay? Just 1 teaspoon. It doesn't matter if it's hefty or whatnot. That's definitely 1 teaspoon. It's going to foam up a little bit. That's all you're going to need. And we're going to mix it up a little bit. Where's my spoon at? Sorry about the mess, but it's the holiday and we're fixing to get rocking and rolling with the dinner, so we got stuff laying around everywhere. So don't criticize me about the mess. Alright, that's boiling good enough for me. Now I'm going to add my cabbage. You probably can't put all of it at one time, so it's going to be as much as you can get in there and still maintain and not throw all over the damn house. I'm throwing it on the floor and everything. So this is definitely the wrong spoon. Let's get a wood one. Here we go. We'll go ahead and get this going. Add a little bit more. So we got 2 loads. And half of it on the friggin' floor.
Pass it.
And boil it down. You want it soft. So you want this pliable. Now what I do to get this out is I get me a strainer thing. This guy right here. And that'll be able to strain it. You want to keep some of the juice, so that's why we're doing that. Gotta stir it, mix it up. I'm gonna need this. That way I can get some of that other stuff on the bottom. Now, where's my other bowl? My other bowl's done come up missing. Fuck it, we use this. Here it is. This is what I'm gonna switch it over to. Now, next I'm going to be using the mixer guy here to grind, kitchen mixer to grind up my leaves. into a fine puree. Let's see where we're at. That's looking good. Don't overthink it, you know. You just want to soften it up and get some of them juices from the leaves in the water. Some of these other ones that's looking good. That's close enough for me. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this guy here. And I'm gonna do it like this. Oh, hard. I try to get it all out at each time so it don't get too soft. Now we're going to add the rest of this. Now we're going to let that cook a little while. While we take this bad boy over here, start grinding it up. Where my tongs at? That's going to get pretty noisy. Go ahead and turn the heat off. This real quick. Go ahead and bring our bowl back over here. Okay, now what I want to do is get a bowl like this. And I want to save some of that juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my strainer there. I'll put this bad boy back on here. I want to get all the good stuff. Now you may be thinking I'm doing this unorganized, but that's the juice you want to keep. Probably don't need more than that. Now let's get some oil going. Preheat some, get some oil good and hot for the onions. That's enough. In the same pan, turn your stove back on. Get it all mixed up, let that heat up. In the meantime, let's get this puree in here. Don't have to be exact because we're going to use it again. We'll get it all clean once we're done with this. And this is what I'm looking for. That's what it's going to look like. Our oil's ready. Saute these onions in the pot that I'm going to transfer everything into. That smells good. I like to put a little salt in there while I'm doing it. Looking good so far. Let the onions go for just a sec while we reload this. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to hurry because I'm on crunch time crunch. It's already getting late and the wife wants to start cooking and I'm holding up due process. I like mine a little bit, my onions a little brown. Woo! I don't know if the camera fogged up, but I know my glasses did. That's good enough for me right there. Get them like that. I put it aside. Now I'm going to get me some flour. I'm going to put me some flour. Cold water now. I don't know if everybody knows that. But cold water with flour. Otherwise you get clumps. Go ahead and get us a fork and mix up that flour. You don't need much flour. Now we need some bullions. I like to put 3 in here. 3 bullions. My cutting board. My knife. These are chicken bullions. I start with 2. And once it gets all combined together, towards the end, I decide from taste if I need a little bit more. But I start off with 3. So I'll put this back on the heater. Then I'm going to add my flour, water. we're going to get this mixed up with it. Just a little bit. It'll get pasty like that. Add a little more water. Get it to break down. You don't want this too hot. You don't want this boiling. You just want to get it hot. So it'll stick. You want that to break up. What I like to do, get this guy here. And get it broke down a little bit better. Now, I put that aside and leave that there for a little while we finish this. Okay, my wife just informed me that when I did the flour thing and I used the water, what you should have done was use a little bit of that broth to mix with your flour. And anytime you thin this out, use your broth where you cooked your cabbage with. You want to use that broth because that's your flavoring. So, my bad. Now I'm going to put this directly into the pot. Get all that goodness. As you can tell, I'm not a professional cook, and I make a friggin' mess, but that's alright because the outcome is all that matters. Just get the rest of this in there. Put all that goodness in there. Turn it back on. Start mixing it up. See what we got. Where's the other mixer thing, Mama? The metal one. Don't get my water in my sauce. Now mix it up good with your flour and onions. Then break out your spoon. Give it a taste. It's not hot enough. You need some salt, some pepper. This is the taste, and I'm going to put another bouillon in there because I'm not quite satisfied with the taste. So that makes a total of 4. Crush these up if you can. Gotta get it going a little better. Alright. Might add a little bit of the broth. Get it thin out a little bit more. Oh! Motherfucker. That's way too hot. Call her, Coco! What's it missing, Mama?
Huh?
What's it missing? You pour that. Oh, you should pour that out first. Okay, here's the final product. Now this is a little thinner than I normally make it, but it's excellent. But the reason I make this a little thinner, a little more runny, is because I don't eat it all at one time. And when you heat it back up, it's really thick. Or if you put it in the refrigerator, and you heat it up the next day, it's really thick. So if you thin it out a little bit more like this right here, then when you reheat it, it's thicker. And because it's going to sit on the stove for a little while and cool off until dinner, it'll thicken up. Oh God, I can eat this shit all day long. Try it. Hope you like it. Alabama Dabbler. Enjoy. Leave your comments and subscribe to my channel, because I do it all. Food, repairs, motorcycle, artwork, you name it. I dabble in it. Bye, y'all.